Hello, my name is Chris Gahn. I work for Academic Computing Services at Vassar College, and today I'm going to show you how you can connect to SPSS via our vApps platform running on Citrix. So these instructions are for Mac users. I'll do a separate video for Windows users and another one for Linux users. But today we're going to open up a web browser. Any web browser will do. You're going to go ahead and search for Citrix Workspace. I happen to be using DuckDuckGo, but you can use any search engine. It should take you to a citrix.com address as one of the top results. You definitely don't want to go to any other website to download this. Only download it directly from citrix.com URLs. I'm going to select the second link here, citrix.com/product, Citrix Workspace. And then this is mostly an advertisement, but somewhere they should have downloads up at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and click downloads at the top. And we're going to select the Citrix Workspace app here. It's under Featured Downloads. If you don't see it here under Featured Downloads, you can select it from the drop-down menu. You're going to do the Citrix Workspace app. And then it'll give you a selection of all the different platforms that it runs on. So today we're going to be doing the Mac version. And just for reference, I'm on Mac OS 10.15 Catalina. So if you're on an older Macintosh Mac OS system, then you can download it as well. It shouldn't be a problem to work on older systems. If you do get some sort of a message that it can't run on your system, you can actually download here an earlier version of Workspace app for Mac. So that might be necessary, I'm not sure. So the current version is 2002, which I know is kind of confusing because it's 2020, not 2002, but that's just a number they have attached to it. So we're going to go ahead and download the Citrix Workspace app. Takes you to the download page, and then you click the blue download button, and the file's about 141 megabytes. So depending on your internet connection, it could take a minute or two, up to 5 to 10 minutes if you're someplace without good internet. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and open up our downloads folder and open that DMG file. Go ahead and double click the install Citrix Workspace icon. Continue, continue, continue. You can read the license if you want to. I usually choose not to because they're very long. Install. Enter your admin password. Okay. At this next screen, we're going to check the box that says Add Account. It's not necessary to check this box, but just for simplicity, we're going to check it. When the program starts up, after we finish the installation, it's going to ask us to add an account right away. And we're going to be using our Vassar account, so I'll show you how to do that. So continue. Installation was successful. Great. We'll do a close. We can get rid of the installer. We don't need it anymore. Okay, so we're going to add our account, and this is going to be the server address for Vassar's Citrix server, which is vapps.vassar.edu. So we'll go ahead and add that. Now it's going to ask for our username and password. You're just going to use your regular Vassar credentials. Go ahead and connect. Now it may ask you twice to enter your credentials. That doesn't mean it's not working. I don't know why it asks you twice, but go ahead and enter it a second time and it should work. Okay, great. So now we're at our dashboard here, and we can see all of our various apps that we have access to within Citrix. In this case, for this video, we're interested in SPSS. So I'm going to go ahead and click on SPSS, and its version 25 is installed on the server right now. So it's going to go ahead and start that program. And there we go. We have an SPSS window. It's asking us to select our data set or make a new data set. So I'm just going to close that welcome window, and we'll just work with what we've got here for a moment. So if I make that bigger, I can open up a data set, or I can create a data set. But the important thing here is how to upload files from your computer, or how to download files to your computer that you're working on here in Citrix. So if I, for example, enter something in this cell, now I've got some data in here, so it thinks that it's a data set of some sort. So I'm going to go up to File, and I'm going to do a save. And when I do the save, it's going to, we hope, yep, there we go. It's going to ask us how do we want to access files from this application. So what this is saying is, it's asking how do you want Citrix Viewer to be able to access files on your local computer. And in this case, we're going to give read and write access because we want to be able to have Citrix write to your local computer's hard drive. So we'll click read and write. Now, save data as. So if we go up to this little drop-down menu, we have a bunch of different options of where to save things to. If the default location is within the Citrix environment, and so there's a local, sort of a local drive, C if you will, with your user folder already mapped in Citrix. But likely you're going to want to be able to use files that are on your local computer and save to your local computer. So in that case, you're going to want to select the local disk C. And it's going to have some name here that corresponds to your local computer's name, your Mac that you're working from. So you're going to select that, and then you'll see the root directory of your Macintosh HD. So if you go into Users, you'll see your user account. Go into your user account. Well, if you can. There we go. Okay, once you're in your user account, you'll have your regular folders. So if you want to save it to your desktop or your documents, I'm going to choose documents in this case. And then it'll pop up a little, it may pop up a security window saying, okay, look, Citrix Viewer is trying to access files in your documents folder. Do you want to allow it? You say okay. And then we can save our test data set to the documents folder. So I'm going to go and save. Now, if I go over to my Finder and I go to Documents, here's my test data file that I just saved from Citrix. So in the very same way, let's just copy that file for a moment, and we'll call this test data 2. We can then open a file that's on our local computer in the Citrix environment. So if we go back to our SPSS window and we go to File, sometimes it can be a little sluggish. I'll go to Open and then Data. It's already in the Documents folder, which is on my local computer. So just to make sure you know where you are, click the drop-down menu and scroll up, and you see that it has defaulted to the C drive on your local computer. Even though it's on a Mac, it's not called C. But you can always get back there by going local disk C on, and then your computer name. Mine happens to be the serial number of my computer. So we go in there, go into Users, chgone, documents. And there we see our test data 2, so we can go ahead and open that file. And since it's a copy of the other one, it's going to have the exact same data that we entered in the other one. But the point being that you now have two different data files open in SPSS, and you could close one of these windows, and that wouldn't be a problem. So that's how you would save or open files to and from your local Macintosh computer. And again, if you have any problems or you have any questions, you can always contact the service desk, servicedesk@vassar.edu is their email, or call them at 845-437-7224. So now that you've got access to SPSS via Citrix, good luck with your statistical analyses, and this is Chris Gahn signing off.